So we're out here celebrating Jamaican independence, and we're talking to some of our friends here, Ethan. And come on, you look like you have never lived in Jamaica, have you?
Yes, all my life.
Oh, you have really? Wow, so what was
Recently here 5 years.
5 years? Oh, so you can tell us a little bit about what independence was like there.
Growing up, from my experience looking forward to independence was the Gangala.
The Gangala, okay.
The
Grand
Gala, yeah.
Okay.
They keep a fest in the National Stadium where they dress up in costume like the heroes. You watch bike shows, stage shows, performance, gospel, everything.
Oh wow.
In one, you meet and greet the government and all that.
Okay.
You get to see the Governor General, everything in person. Like,
Was it a big affair?
every year. Looking forward to it for like when we see the first August come,
Right.
you start get your clothes ready.
Yeah.
Because the 6th
Wow.
gone.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
So that was exciting for you. Now you've been living here. How do you feel when it's independence time in Jamaica? Do you miss it? Do you?
Yeah, I do miss it because it's not like it here. You don't get the excitement. You don't get the fun as in when you're home. Here we just celebrate with the color.
Okay.
That's it. And if you got like we get it right here, with family and friends, we eat more food and whatever, enjoy food and meals, and that's it up here.
Celebration, big celebration.
Big
All over the
celebration,
street,
yeah.
everybody's hanging out. So here you feel like you are just wearing the colors just
Just to represent
Yeah.
the day. We just represent it. At home, it's more of a festival.
Yeah. So for me, I've been out there for quite a long time. What's the music thing like for you now, the Jamaican music?
It's funny, you know, but police of Jamaica. It's funny, you know, because the explicit languages, I don't really listen to them music again. I'm not that type of
But there's some good reggae music out there. That's not too much. Yeah.
Here and there,
Yeah.
I'll give and take for some conscious music.
So if you were to get the chance to go back home, would you go home just for independence celebration?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, just to enjoy the Grand Gala.
All right, man. Thanks for talking to us with Lady D. Appreciate it. All right. And over here we got a old school Jamaican. Now you can tell we're from the same old school days. Oh, cheerio, baby. So, what's it like for you being here in the States, in Mount Vernon, and while it's Jamaica celebration of independence going on out there? How does it feel for you?
Well, first of all, irrespective of where I am, I will forever be proud Jamaican and retain my Jamaican heritage extremely proud. Independence for me is a time of reflection. Well, there is 1st of August, Emancipation, which was the original celebration before we had independence. So, even though some places in Jamaica, Emancipation is the biggest celebration, 1st of August, especially the older folks. 1st of August is the biggest because it has more significance. Because there are a lot of people who think that independence for us, some people think independence didn't mean much for us. If we think about what independence means, it was the ability for self-governance and all of that from Britain. But sometimes we wonder if it was worth it. But,
So to go back to the emancipation was the big...
the whole declaration of freedom from slavery.
Right,
So which was for the older folks, it was more significant.
I don't remember like being back home in like primary school that emancipation celebration was a big thing. Did I?
No,
did I miss something?
no. Earlier, probably prior to my grandparents' time.
They're trying to say I wasn't that bracket your grandparents' days.
No. You weren't certainly wasn't my grandparents' years. Yeah, but what I mean is, I remember we had independence 1962.
Right.
So the folks prior to 1962, their big celebration was emancipation.
Okay, I see.
So but they're
But
still.
did they pass it down? Did they pass it down the Emancipation celebration as much as they passed down the Independence celebration?
No, I could say no. Because it's like independence was like it's a new thing, so it was a novelty. So it was we looked upon it was celebrated, and then I guess the whole thing you got to understand the movement there within the colonies of Britain, where they were getting independence. There was Barbados, there was Jamaica, there was.
We're going to need you on the show for a whole different show.
So
The
hold on,
colonies and
you
all
asked
that.
me, no, I'm just saying why independence at that time was a big thing compared to emancipation. But some years ago, it was revisited and they say, hey, don't forget emancipation. Because that is where you got to understand that is where our whole ancestral structure is. Who we are as a people, that's where we're coming from.
Clearly, independence was born out of emancipation.
Right, more or less.
Right.
Because it was the emancipated people, slave free, who now demand self-governance.
Right. So the celebration of independence itself, Jamaica independence, I mean, what was like that for you years ago when you lived there?
Oh, so years in my early days, we always so in school, we always independence mean festival, and festival meant competition. So we had festival competition in school. So you had speech and dance, and we had parish, and it leads to the grand finale as in that.
So interesting, we're talking about independence and emancipation, and I was just saying that I don't remember hearing too much about emancipation. And then you said the older folks used to say 1st of August, which is interesting because I remember my grandparents saying 1st of August, not so much in the emancipation.
Right, because you know how we are. So the older people talk about it wasn't so much the name of what it was called, it has no significance. It was the event. 1st of August was when the emancipation began.
Interesting.
So you can understand being descendants of slaves. Emancipation means a whole lot more for us than independence. So a couple of years ago, I don't remember if it was SDC Commission, they revisited and decided that the significance of emancipation is very relevant. So we started now recognizing in the Emancipation Day, 1st of August, and independence.
There was a conversation out there that some people think that Jamaica should have not gotten independence or self-government from the British or England. What do you think about that?
For me, I understand people who don't understand what independence means, because they are saying we are not really independent but if you think about it, the right to self-governance is extremely important, and especially as a nation, people, it gives you identity.
Of course.
So our language, our money, our tradition, and as much as it came from there, but no, we have no forge our own thing, and now we have no Jamaican brand, but it's separate and apart from the colonial practices. Plus, again, independence kind of breaks because we emancipated from slavery, but independence kind of break the colonial control.
Self-governance, the modern breakaway.
Exactly.
Right? So now that you've been here, and how do you celebrate it while you're here?
Now it's how do I actually celebrate? Well, we friends, Jamaican friends, we call and happy independence. I will wish back home. I normally try to tune my TV or the internet to programs going on at home. And I must say something though, because I remember taking my kids home because I didn't want them to grow up divorced from their culture. So I remember taking them home for first Emancipation and independence celebration. So part of what we is that during independence they have Jamaican culture, food,
Full display.
full display, food, arts, whatever, and they had a blast.
Right.
So here now, as I say, it's missing in the diaspora. I think probably some certain not ambassadors probably have programs that I've never been in yet. They just have linking up with friends and family. But it's one thing, is remembering that we are Jamaica. And I think we're the proudest people.
Well, thank you for talking to Voices with Lady D. Appreciate you, sir. And on behalf of Voices with Lady D, thanks again. So today, Voices with Lady D is in Mount Vernon visiting with friends, and we're here chatting with some of her Jamaican friends who are going to tell us a little bit about how long they have not had a Jamaican independence. Hi, Carolyn. How are you today?
Doing good.
So how long have you been here?
26 years.
26 years. Wow. So when was the last time you were in Jamaica for independence?
1999.
What was it like then? What did you do back then?
Not much. I just used to look forward to seeing the floats at Independence
What was
Time.
that like?
Well, I used to live close to National Heroes Park, and that's where they used to start going to stadium.
Okay.
So I just used to run over there just to see the different floats, and I was really fascinated with the effigies.
Effigies.
With the effigies, because as a kid they used to look so real. So I thought it would, whatever the face was, most of them used to be of the national heroes.
Okay.
So
You remember what the national heroes are? Or what?
sure,
You tell us?
many of
Sure,
them,
man. Sure, them.
many of the Maroons,
Okay.
Norman Manley, Alexander Bustamante,
All right.
Sam Sharp, Ethan Goldie.
Somebody said
Paul
John
Bogle.
Washington. Paul Bogle, yeah?
Paul Bogle. No, Kojo. Help me out again. Mr. Bustamante. Marcus Garvey. What kind of George was there in America?
So as a child, were you ever on the float? Did you ever go to the
No,
event?
I wanted to, but my mommy would never allow me to. I wanted to, but she wouldn't allow that. So I wanted that experience, just seeing the floats themselves, and I grew up with that because, as I said, I was living here since from the age of 4.
So now that you're living here all these years, do you miss Jamaican independence?
Sure, it was very fascinating and interesting.
Were
So
you-
I miss it, not really for the floats now because I've grown past that, but just the the dance and the music, just about.
What kind of music was on in your days?
Quadrille.
Quadrille. Yeah, that's the Jamaican dance, quadrille.
You mean music for the festival or?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
I don't know. Did you do the quadrille? Did you do the quadrille?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
However, now I'm not too keen now with those festival music because you don't even know what they're saying now. You don't know what, because back then it was festival. It was all about festival, but now you don't know what it's about because some of them doesn't have nothing about festival in it.
Okay.
Nothing of independence.
Okay. All right. So next year maybe you will go back and enjoy the festival in Jamaica.
Well, maybe.
Maybe. All right. Thank you for talking to us.
You're most welcome.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
On behalf of Voices with Lady D, thank you for talking to us. And you, man, over there, may I talk with you for a little bit?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
43 years.
43 years. What is that like?
Most of my adulthood is in America.
Oh, so you're like 2 years old when you came here?
Okay, so I was 17 when I came to the US. Yeah.
So you have a memory of what Jamaican independence celebration was like?
What I remember mostly is the festival songs. Them having the contest about festival songs. So that's what I remember mostly. In terms of the celebration, I was never partaking in the celebration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I was too young.
How different do you think it is now versus then? What memories do you have?
I think that the memories that I have then, I think is like everything is shut down pretty much in terms of business life in Jamaica, and it's all festivities. I'm not sure what it is like now.
Okay, you need to go home, man. You got a trip and you go see.
Well, possibly.
Yeah.
But I think I celebrated more in US than I did in Jamaica.
How do you celebrate it here?
Back in the days, for instance, going to church, they would have different festivals, different places, whether it's in Brooklyn, Bronx. They would always have some celebration going on, so partake in that. But that's
So how do you see the Jamaican community here? I mean, do you still feel connected to them?
oh, very much so. Because I'm connected because of church.
Okay.
Mostly because of church. With work, I don't get to connect as much with Jamaicans, but through church.
Okay. So do you have your red, green, and gold or your black, green, and gold outfit that you get just again for independence?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not that very traditional.
You're not that cultural?
No, not very tradition in
Okay.
that sense. I
Because
kind of
you're
wear
here for,
what I
you're here for a
want.
long time, so.
I don't think so. I still recognize and know I'm very proud when I see it. I'm like, oh, here we go. But I don't go out of my way to like dress up.
How do you feel about what's going on in Jamaica now? Are you proud of what's going on there? Do you feel proud to be a Jamaican?
I'm always proud to be a Jamaican, but I don't know a lot about what's going on in terms of politics, and so I don't.
Okay, well, you're going to have to watch Voices of Lady D some more. We'll give you a lot of information on that show.
Yeah.
Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah.
Happy Independence when it comes. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Kennedy, what go on?
Blessings and honor, man.
Listen. So, it's Jamaican Independence time.
Yes,
Yeah,
this is the time of the year.
when you celebrate.
Yes.
How does Jamaican Independence celebration make you feel?
But to know that we gain independence, we are free people. We have billions of money. I mean, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like someone that is recognized in the world.
Okay, because you have your independence or because
Yes.
you can have your own money?
We have our own money, and we are free to do what we, especially freedom of speech. When we were under the British, it wasn't like that.
How different is the speech thing for you when you're not under the British anymore? How different is the speech?
You feel free, you're not feeling like any more slave anymore.
So they can talk anywhere you want to
Yes.
talk. Like,
Yeah, man, come here, walk on. When you're under British, it wasn't like that.
well, what did you say under the British then?
Come here.
And now
What's
you,
going on?
and now you say what?
Hey, guy. And we can say, yo, brethren, wagwan.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So Jamaica now owns pretty much its own language.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to.
We call it patois.
You don't have to try anymore to speak American or English for most people to understand. Pretty much everybody now know the Jamaican thing.
Yes. We call it the Jamaican dialect. Yes.
Okay. So what do you do here now that you're in Mount Vernon? And thank you for inviting us to your home anyway. We got to celebrate with you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. What do you do different now that you wouldn't do in Jamaica? That you're here? I mean,
Well,
clearly.
in Jamaica, we put on a whole lot of big part when it comes on to independence, like emancipation. Like emancipation is the 1st of August. We'll go to the river and we'll catch a whole bunch of fish. Wow. And on the 6th of August now, the whole community will meet at my house.
Oh, nice.
And we have big cooking.
So you're cooking that big one, first in front of.
First in Panama back in the days.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
old school.
But a whole bunch of food, man.
Yeah.
You name it. Fried chicken, roast pork, curry goat, or goat curry as the American call it. But we have food in the house, man, and everybody just come and eat and just feel happy.
Wow, what kind of music you playing in time?
But Marley, man, and get up, stand up for your right. I mean, we have other like Peter Tosh and Bujo Banton, you know.
So it was a community thing at that time. Everybody come over. So you cook all the food and thing, or people just bring over a goat or.
We cook all of the food.
Wow.
All of the food. Yeah, my grandmother was a good cook, you know, so
They learn. I'm looking at cook. Yeah. So, what would you change now about Jamaica as to what's going on down there?
And if I could change something about Jamaica, I would change the mindset of the youth. That, you know, especially the youth that were born in 2000. They are the ones who are creating most of the mayhem. You know, like they don't love to work. If I could change anything, I would try to change the mindset of the youth, try to, you know, introduce them to a skill. You know, when I was growing up, I was hungry to learn a skill. You know, every guy wanted to be a cabinet maker, a jointer.
So no, they want the fast money, but they don't want
just the fast money.
How did they get it though? They can't really work.
There's a thing that they call chop. When they say they chop the line.
Chop the line.
Yeah. That's a scamming.
Oh, okay. So chop the line is the same as scamming.
Yes. So when you hear a guy say, "Oh, I'm chopping the line," it means that he's, you know, some form of scamming. Wow. And the cars that they drive now, you can't work to buy one of that car right now. Where would you get a job?
So
to
these
buy
are the
one of
guys
that
who
car?
call you up and tell you that you win a prize. Or...
Yes, and you need to pay some form of tax, all of those stuff, and they scam you out of your money. Wow. Yeah.
You ever been scammed?
Me? You can't scam. Good scam them.
So how do you know when it's a scam?
I know I don't purchase a ticket, so and I don't shop certain places. So once you see they call me and tell, "Oh, you won something from the major steakhouse and railway." I've never been to steakhouse. How am I gonna win the prize from the steakhouse? And I've never entered a raffle.
So they have a particular style, a particular place that they like to use, say you win something from this place. Right. All right, so when last you went to Jamaica, man, what's it like for you not to be there for Independence Day?
Man, listen, one of the most hurtful feelings, I'm telling you. And any Jamaican can tell you that the two best time in Jamaica is in the month of August and in the month of December. Yeah.
That's when all the celebration is going on.
John Kuno, God Almighty, the folk song that comes out and the Christmas carols at December time. Hey!
Did John Connor come out at Independence time too, or is it?
Independence. John Kuno came out.
Oh, okay. It's been a while for me, so still with me. Yeah.
It's nice, man. That's the time when we showcase our skills, like, you know, we listen to our master.
The culture, all the culture thing, yeah. You look like you're very much in the culture thing.
Me? Well, I was grew up as I would say a ragged kid, so I mean, to know those stuff. I grew up on the street.
Did you ever do like the maypole dance and those cotton dance?
I watch it. I never really actually know about it. I watch it.
All right, man. Well, happy Independence to you. Hope you get to go home soon while you're Jamaican on Independence Day.
December 2.
It's Christmas.
Yes.
I think listen, man. It's been a while I haven't been there. So thank you for talking to Voice with Lady D.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Over and out.
God bless.
Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body, in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. Eternal Father, bless our land, guide us with thy mighty hand, keep us free from evil powers, be our light through countless hours, through our leaders, great defenders, grant true wisdom from above, justice